Hi, it's Melissa Daniels with Strabismus to Stereopsis, and today I am going to talk to you all about how to justify spending all that money on vision therapy. I know it's expensive, and that is the number one complaint that I hear from people. They believe in vision therapy, they want to try it, they're excited about getting their eyes to work together, getting their eyes straight, but then they find out how much it costs and they give up. So I want to help you justify paying for it and figure that part out because it is definitely worth it. Now, for any of the resources that I offer, you need to head over to learn.strabismussolutions.com. You can get a free download called Do My Eyes Work Together, and that's basically designed to help you figure out if your eyes are working together or not. This is the beginning of the journey, is figuring out what is going on with your vision right now. You can also get quiz about, surgery versus vision therapy, which one's better. And you can even get my Mastering Peripheral course, which is pretty amazing if I do say so myself. Now, this video is going to be all about justifying the cost of vision therapy. So how much does vision therapy actually cost? You're going to be looking around $5,000. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to pay $5,000 for vision therapy? I think it is. I think it's worth way more than that. And let me tell you why. First of all is the improved academic or work performance, right? In vision therapy, yes, you're going to get your eyes to look straight and to work together, but for some people, they already look fine. They can't read or they can't work on a computer. All these different things are really challenging tasks, right? Well, going through vision therapy is going to make you so much more efficient with reading, with writing, with just comprehending, with remembering what you've read so that you don't have to keep rereading. All of these things are going to be hugely improved. And that all translates to more money actually, because if you're in school, that means you're going to get better grades. You're going to have more opportunity for scholarships. You're going to have opportunities for better colleges, which is going to lead you to better jobs. If you're an adult and you can be more efficient at your job, think how much more money you can make. Do you realize that in order to pay for $5,000 of vision therapy, you only need a raise of $2.50 an hour for a year, right? And if you are that much more efficient and so much better in your job performance, that should be really easy. And you're not just going to get it for 1 year, you get it from here on out. So you make that investment in vision therapy now, and it can keep paying for itself. You're basically getting paid to do vision therapy. See how I can justify things? I'm very good at this. Just ask my husband. Okay, here's a fun one. You probably haven't thought of this before. It's going to be a lot cheaper to pay for it now than later. Why? Well, obviously because of inflation, right? We've got inflation. It's going to make things just go through the roof. So it's definitely going to be more expensive if you wait for a few years. Also, your vision is going to continue to deteriorate, right? Vision is usually, especially with strabismus, they say it's kind of a constantly moving system. So are you getting better or are you getting worse? Well, if you're not doing anything, it's probably going to continue to get worse. That eye turn is going to drift even further, or if it's intermittent, it's going to happen more often. If you're having trouble with near work at a computer, it's just going to keep getting more difficult. You're going to become less and less efficient over time. And that means that the vision therapy is going to take longer to fix it. Those bad habits will be more solidified. So the longer you wait, the more vision therapy it's going to take, the more money you spend. So if you just do it now, you do the hard thing now, you're investing right in the beginning, and it's going to be easier to fix. It's not going to take as long. You'll be done sooner, and then you just start making more money, right? Because you're going to be so efficient. All right, next. Sometimes I think I'm funny. Okay, this next one is a bit of a stretch. Headaches. You show me a person with a vision problem and I will see that they have a headache, right? So many people have migraines. They have just these horrible headaches. Is it from working at the computer, from the double vision, from tilting your head to try to compensate for an eye turn? Do you know how much money is spent trying to figure out how to get rid of that headache? On painkillers alone, I did the math, And if you're taking 4 painkillers a day, just like ibuprofen or something, over a 30-year period, that's $5,000 right there. And liver damage and maybe kidney stones. All of that's very expensive, okay? Okay, so that's that part of headaches. But also, how much money do people spend going to all these different doctors, trying to get special painkillers, migraine medications, missing work because you have headaches? All of these things add up. And if you were just willing to go in and fix what you know to be the root of the problem, which is the fact that your brain and your eyes are fighting against each other, you're going to save money and so much time and your time at work. You're going to save money overall. It is hard in the beginning. I believe that, but it's worth the investment. Okay, next. You probably don't have great depth perception if you have strabismus. It's actually probably awful. And even regular binocular vision problems, the depth perception is rough. This can cause very expensive things to happen in your life. For example, you might get in a car accident and rear end somebody because you can't tell how far away they are. I'm speaking from personal experience. I did this when I was 19 years old and it was very expensive. Not only did I have to get a new car, but I also had to pay for, the trip to the hospital, right? The ambulance ride, and my insurance rates went way up, right? It's very expensive to not have good depth perception. And you might also fall and break your leg falling down the stairs or cut your face open and have to go get stitches. All very expensive. Could have been avoided if you had some good depth perception that you got through vision therapy. Just saying. I know. Okay, it was a stretch. Okay, here's a real one. Your vision accounts for 80% of what you are taking in through your senses. Right? So you've got sight, sound, touch, taste, texture. I don't know what the fifth one is. They say there's even more than that. But anyways, most of what you're taking in from your environment is coming through your eyeballs, right? So if your eyeballs are really messed up, that is interrupting so much of what is happening in your life and how you're interpreting the world. Okay, let's talk about some things that you pay way more than $5,000 for that affect your life way less than vision. How about braces? People don't even think twice about getting their kids braces. And that's easily $5,000. And that's in Idaho where things are cheap. It's probably more like $7,000 or $8,000 in other states. That's at least as much or more than vision therapy. And that's just to look pretty. That doesn't even have anything to do with how you're interacting in the world. I mean, it maybe affects the dentist, probably would argue that it affects your jaw and all that. And I'm sure it does, but not on the same level as your vision. Hey, another one. How much money do you spend to get a brand new car, right? People spend so much just to say they were the first person to drive that car. But if you're willing to get a car that was a couple years old, you could save easily $10,000 or even more. And you're really not going to notice that big of a difference. A couple years difference in a car is not going to make that big of a difference, but your vision will change your life and then you won't wreck the car. So it's even better. You've also got things like furniture, sports, season tickets, extravagant Christmases, extravagant vacations, all these things that we pay so much money for to get the pictures, to get that 1 week experience. But if you're willing to put some of that aside for even a year, you could have vision that lasts your whole life. Okay? So worth the investment. Okay, here's another one. Are you surprised that I can just keep coming up with this stuff? I could do this all day, but I just tried to keep it to my favorites. Okay, next is glasses with prism. Now, prism glasses are designed to help people who have an eye turn or double vision, all these different directions. It basically helps the brain fuse what both eyes are seeing so that you're not having this pesky double vision. Super amazing tools. Love them. So expensive. They can be $600 a piece for each pair. Some people get the fancy NeuroLens. That's going to be more like $1,200, maybe $1,500, really expensive. And then your prescription changes and you have to get new ones, maybe once a year or every other year. That adds up really, really fast. If you go through vision therapy, you learn how to control your eyes and you don't need the prism anymore. Now, some people still use prism, but it's a lot more sustainable. It's not changing as often. and I don't need it at all anymore. So some people are able to completely get rid of it. That's a huge expense that you could completely eliminate if you did vision therapy. So yeah, it costs more up front, $5,000 versus $600 for the glasses. But when you add that up over the next 20, 30 years, you're saving tons of money. Again, you're like getting paid to do the vision therapy. It's a no-brainer. And last, I want to just talk about the confidence and the happiness that you get to feel in your life when you are not spending all of your brain power trying to figure out your vision. Whether that's being insecure about your eyes not pointing the same direction and wondering if you're looking at somebody or if they know where you're looking, like all of that, that is a lot of like sucking your energy out of you, right? Also, just like I was talking about before, the headaches and you're not sure where you are in space. You're just a lot of uncertainty when your vision isn't working properly. You really there's kind of like this lost feeling in your environment. When you get that fixed and you can just feel confident in your skin and where you're at, you get to use that brain power to do anything. You can create a new business, go the next level on your career. Like you're going to have this confidence to just conquer the world. And you will make up the difference for that money in no time. It won't even be a big deal. You will never regret fixing your vision and getting to a point where you are in a much more sustainable place. So obviously, I am a big fan of vision therapy. It was worth every penny. I've probably spent $12,000 on vision therapy, for being serious, because it's become so much of a hobby for me. I love it. I do all the work that I do so that I can afford to go into vision therapy and pay for that for my kids and these things, because it is so impactful. I know the difference it's going to make in each of our lives. And I know that it's worth every penny. If that is what money is for, right? Is to invest in like creating this amazing, happy life. So vision therapy is great. It's totally worth it. You can figure out how to pay for it. I promise you can. If you need more ideas, reach out. I would be happy to help you figure that out. Be sure to go over to learn.strabismussolutions.com for lots of help, and I will see you in the next video.